Hello everyone, welcome back to my podcast. My name is Mohammad Iqbal Nurhidayat. I'm the student of Sultan Ageng Tirtayasa University and I'm from English Department major. And today we have special guest here, Bagas.
Yeah.
So Bagas, can you introduce by yourself please?
Yes, of course. My name is Akhsan Maulana. You can call me Bagas. I'm also a university student in Sultan Ageng Tirtayasa. I also major in English too as well, and in 5th semester as well.
Okay, so Bagas is one of the young entrepreneur at FK Untirta, and I often see you selling at FK Untirta, right?
Yeah.
So I just want to ask some question for you. So what product do you sell?
This is a fun one. I sell some coffee buns and also matcha buns.
Okay.
This is a homemade one, okay? This isn't production level. This is homemade with heart and soul, with tears on your eyes. We made this with passion, etc., right? And there are also many flavors too, right?
Oh, many flavor.
Yeah. With coffee buns, there are many flavors. First of all, there are butter, chocolate, cheese, and also vanilla. And for the matcha buns, we only have 2 flavors, but they sell pretty well actually. Cheese and butter as well. So yeah, people like that.
Okay, many flavor, right? Yeah.
Yeah, many flavors.
Which one bestseller?
That's a good question. So I think the matcha one is a bestseller. I think that's why when we sold it, there are only 2. Why only 2? We need more, and deliver to us, because it is a bestseller, Yeah.
Okay, so since when you have been selling it?
Since September, right? In the past month or so, I saw that you want to hear my origin story for it.
Okay, please.
So now I'm in my boarding house, right? I doom scroll, etc. Like what university students always do, work, campus work, go home, video games, sleep, wake up, go home, go work, video game, sleep, etc. Repeat, etc. Right? And I'm getting bored of that. I'm tired. I want something new in my life. I'm pretty young. I'm in my 20s. I think that I need to take more risk in my life as a youngster, right? Before I reach my old age, where I can not do anything. I have a job. I have a family. I need to care of. Yeah, I don't have my time for myself. Right? So that's why I want to work in something. So I asked my group chat friend in WhatsApp, right? Guys, what do I do, guys? I do not have any purpose, guys. Maybe I should play some more video games, right? And then Mr. Iqbal here sent me a link, right, where Boss Hugo is looking for a new employee, right? So then I click the link. Okay, click the link, and then I fill out the CV, right? And then so I got to interview with the higher ups, like Mr. Bayu. Right?
Mr. Bayu.
Yeah, Mr. Bayu. Okay. And then when from the interview, I succeed. Yeah, most of the time. Okay. And then first, they do not accept me fully first. Right? They have me on trial first. In the first month, actually. Right? I go to the trial and then I succeed. And that's why I still work in Boss Euro till this day. So, right.
Okay, what made you interested in selling Boss Your brand?
It made me. I have so many interests. Why? Because as I said, I am a youngster. I am in my 20s. As Carl Jung have said, right? Before the age of 40, humans do research and research and research, right? And after 40, that's where your life started. So I think if you're a youngster, you should risk your life, right? Because why? Because you have your parents. Sorry for those who do not have any parents, but most of the students here, youngster one, have parents to protect them when they do not have any money, right? You just call your parents. But if you're in your 40s and said, well, you cannot call your parents if you're in a risky situations, right? Right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's why I want to seek out new experience, because in my college life, it's very boring. I wake up and as I have said, I do my homework, play video games, sleep. It's just my daily routine, right? I want something new, something meaningful to my life, right? That's why I joined Boss Euro. It gives me interest in my life purpose, right? So yeah, that's my reason to join.
Okay, it is have products in place? If it yes, what is it?
Yes, it does. First in Cikande, in the village of Kandidi.
Kadingding.
Yeah, Kadinding, yeah. Okay. In there, we also have production there, We also meet there, That's our meeting place, like, where we talk about, marketing, review our weeks, and also about life in general.
Yeah.
What philosophy is. Yeah, that's a very fun experience and an interesting one, It's not that far away, about 30 minutes from here. Yeah, but I like to travel, so it's fine for me. Yeah.
Okay. I heard you have a mentor, right? In there.
Yeah. It's a mentor, Islamic mentor, right? That teaches marketing, that teaches seminar, and also teaches life, He often asks some dizzy questions, that make us dizzy, But that also make us think with critical thinking. Like as a youngster, we need that definitely, especially in marketing business, like Bos Uro, right? He also guide us through our marketing way, right? Because most of our employee are university students as well. So it's like a community of university students that want their life to be meaningful and rich of experience, right? So they do not die poor, as Timothy have said. If you are born poor or rich, it's not your fault. But if you die poor, and that's on you. Yeah.
Okay. How do you usually sell the product? I mean, how you can sell the product to customers?
Okay. Usually I woke up, right? Then I wait for my higher ups to respond, right? Usually Bang Yuda or Mr. Bayu, right? So I wait for them in their WhatsApp response. I wait in campus usually because they only know the campus, Yeah, fair for them, okay? So then I receive my box full of buns, full of matcha buns or full of coffee buns. Usually it is tagged, There are 2 boxes here, I usually 2 or 1, have 2 or 1. And then I sell it with my friends, with Mr. Iqbal or Miss Alivia, right? And not just in here, but in other places as well, And it is pretty fun.
Okay.
I sell it door to door, right? To classes, right? First, I knock them, of course, knock first, okay? I ask permission. Please, do you guys have any time? Are you guys busy? And then I sell my products, but I do not use the word sell. I use the word like, are you guys hungry? Do you want some breakfast or something? Right? To fill your stomach, and said like the everyday talk. That's what get customers in.
Okay.
Yeah. That's
Okay. When you selling the product, have you ever met annoying customer?
Yeah, I think everyone have met one annoying customer in their lifetime. At least in this business, in this marketing business, right? And I think if you met an annoying customer right now, right? For example, right? They say, "Hey, come here, I want to buy some of your stuff." Okay, sir, I come here. No, not today. Okay, sorry. You may feel like saying bad words, but you cannot say it, right? Because it hurts your brand and your personal brand, etc. So my advice for an annoying customer is that not to treat it as a bad experience, but treat it as a learning experience, right? We live, we learn, as the saying goes, right? So when there's an annoying customer, I do not say bad words, and it's not like I holding my own bad words, right? No. I naturally respond with, "Okay, sir, thank you. Maybe next time." Just that, You don't need any complicated response like you want to argue with them or something. You just say, "Okay, thank you, sir. Maybe next time." Yeah, I think you would also agree with
Yeah, I agree with that. So, okay, besides selling in FK Puntirta, have you ever sold it in the other campus?
Definitely. So, I saw it in Pakupatan, in Sindang Sari, also in Pamulang sometimes. Yeah.
Okay, why?
Why? Because if you only sold it in this place, right, you have a very limited mind, You are not open-minded, Like maybe other campuses needs your product. Maybe they want it more than this place, So rather than just this place, why not other places, We also have we have order methods, right? You can order it on WhatsApp, you can order it via Instagram also, so we can know where your location are. You can share your location. So we are very flexible, not just in campuses or in here. We can go. We dream going anywhere actually in the whole world. But for now, we only travel to what we can travel to, right? So yeah, like other campuses that closest to us, where our motorcycle is not kind of gas, yeah, etc. So that's why we need to go to other campuses.
Okay, so how is the experience so far? I mean, any fun or touch moment when you selling the product?
Tough, yes. Fun also, yes. Because here's the thing, right? Fun and tough, a challenge, right, is very overlapping with each other, right? Overlap with each other. Why? Because if it's too easy, right, you do not feel any fun. You just feel boring, right? Oh, come on, I can do this already. It's very boring, But if it's a challenge for you, right, you feel like this flow, In some research I have found, right, flow state is achieved if the challenge is not too easy for you, but not too hard as well, but challenging to yourself right now. That's how you enter flow state, right? And I think when selling these products, it's important to go into flow state as well, right? Because my experience with selling these buns, matcha buns and coffee buns, right, it's very a unique experience, I have lots of fun with it. Because it is a challenge for me as well, because I need to warm up my social skills, right? Because I'm an introvert,
Yeah.
I usually hide in the corner, etc. But how do I warm up for these occasions, right? First, I talk to myself, right? I listen to a podcast, right? And I talk to myself, like, here's our matcha buns, please enjoy it if you do not have any breakfast first, etc., right? So I talk like that, then I'm ready to go, Even as an introvert, you can do it, right? You just need some practice, some passion, and some fun experience. That's my experience in Basu.
Okay. Do you mention that you heard a podcast when you selling the Boshiro bread?
Yes.
What kind of podcast is?
The podcast is called Solve. Yeah, it's being produced by Mark Manson, the book of the art of not giving an F word. Right?
Okay, I know.
Yeah,
I know that word.
Yeah, it's an orange book, One of our lecturer also like it actually.
Oh.
Yeah, So the premise of this podcast is that Solve, right? If you watch one episode of Solve, right, he expect that you do not need to hurt any other podcasts, right? Just this one, your problem solved. For example, he talks about happiness, right? How to be happy. He actually said that if you want to be happy, do not chase happiness. Yeah, because happiness is like a fish. If you hold it tight enough, it will fall off, right? So you chase your purpose, and then the happiness comes along, And if you already watch that, you do not need to watch any other podcast about happiness. Solve. It is solved. That's why it's called Solve. One episode, all the problems about this topic have been solved. Like, you can watch it in Spotify, in YouTube. It's free, actually.
Oh, it's free.
It's free. You can watch it right now, actually. About 4 hours now.
Okay, so how do you balance your studies while running this business?
That's an important question, actually. That's very, very important.
Yeah, because you are a student in college. I mean.
Yeah, I'm in college too. And my parents also expect me to have a high grades in college, They do not want me to avoid college and pursue my work just like that, They have paid for me, paid for my tuition, etc. So I feel bad not doing my college work. So what's the advice, when to balance work and college life, right? So I think you should surround yourself with people who do campus work, and if you can, also meet someone who do entrepreneur work, right? So then you can see them, how do they work on their work. Like when I see my friend do some work on their homework, like in campus, it fills me with motivation to do my own work as well, Like I do not want to fall off behind them, Because when I'm alone, I do not have anyone, to compare myself to, So yeah, I can only compare myself to myself. But it's a good advice too. But that's beside the point. The point is that you need to surround yourself with others, who help you with your college work. Not because you want them to do your own work. No. Just as a help, as a friend, because you do not feel any lonely from this, onslaught of many homeworks, many projects, many final tests, and so on. You do not feel like, oh, I'm alone in here in this cruel world, and so on. No. You're with your friends. Your friend also has a terrible experience with your homework, with his homework, and so on. No, you're not alone. Yeah. You can ask them help. They can ask you help, and you can help each other. So after work, surround yourself with someone who, do their college homework, and so on. Yes, that's how.
Okay, before we close this podcast, can you give some motivation for students who want to start their own business?
Yes, I definitely can, because I have read some entrepreneurs, some high business profile manager, etc. From the scammers to the actual genuine one, like Mark Manson, etc. Yeah, my goal. Okay, so I have 3 advice. First of all, do not rely on motivation. Rely on habits. Yeah, or systems. Right? Zig Ziglar. Right. This is the businessman quote that I have heard. Right. Motivation doesn't last. Right. Neither does betting. That's why we recommend it every day. That's why it's a habit. Every day, repeat it, because motivation. Perhaps you have experienced it, Mr. Iqbal, where in some days you feel very motivated, like I want to sell it to the whole universe, right? 7 box, 10 box, whatever. I sell it all, right? But then when tomorrow you feel down, like I don't even want to sell a box, right? So that's why we need to rely on habits, right? Because motivation doesn't last. Okay. Second is to read someone who you want to be. Right now, for example, I want like Mark Manson. Right, I listen to his podcast, I read his books, etc. So that's the motivation you need. Like it's not like he gives you some petty, charming, glittering words like, "Oh, you need to be yourself. You need to have motivation," etc. No. He says, of course, in life there's suffering and there's challenges and there's one annoying customer you hate, But through all of that, you can still do your own work, do your best thing, right? And when you read them, you become them, right? Yeah, okay. That's my second advice. My third advice, my last advice, is to work on yourself first. Work yourself harder than your own work. What does that mean? That means that, why work on yourself, right? You may ask. Well, because if you work on yourself, all other things in life gets solved, gets better as well, because it all comes from yourself too, right? I mean, not all, but a large portion of it, because if you avoid yourself, right? For example, right? You think that you only play video games for 2 hours a day. Okay, sure. I do not play that many video games, Well, then you check your data in your phone, and then you have 6 hours of screen time, right? And then you think, no, that's not me. No way, right? That's avoidance. No, don't avoid it. Accept yourself fully. Accept that, okay, I have 6 hours of gameplay into this day, okay? Yeah, maybe I waste a bit of time in there, okay? I accept myself. Accept yourself fully. That's what Carl Rogers, the psychologist, have said. If you accept yourself fully, the paradox of the human behavior is that way you can change. Okay. So you need to accept yourself. So your habits, like your systems. Carl Jung also said this, a psychologist from Swiss. Right? He said that human behavior change not from the glitter words of light, like, oh, you can do it, believe in yourself, etc. But from being the darkness conscious. What is the darkness? You may ask. The darkness is like your dark habits, like you procrastinate maybe, you do not want to do the work because you avoid it all the time, Realize that, accept that, and then you can change. Yeah, that's the best solution to life I have got. Move on. Change yourself. Well, no, accept yourself. No.
Okay.
Accept yourself, then you can change. So, this is for the people who listen to this podcast, right? So now do not just watch this podcast and then okay, whatever. It ends and you do your own thing again. Yeah. Yeah. No. Do not do that. End this podcast, okay? And then you took out a paper and then write out the stuff that you learned from this podcast. Like,
Okay.
why? What do you want to say?
I mean, because the video have many meaningful for our daily life, right?
Yeah, meaningful messages.
Yeah.
Right? And I think all videos contain that, not just this podcast, but other videos as well. If you look at it hard enough, like if you think that this video is wasteful, maybe you need to rework on your habits after watching a video, right? It's just for fun usually, like for mindless brain rot, etc. Not just for meaningful experience in your own life. So if you're done watching this podcast, bring out the paper, write down what you need to do after this podcast, right? What you learn, what you can apply it in your own life, right? Usually people watch videos just for fun, like disconnected from their own life. When, this video can actually help your life, instead of just watching it mindlessly for fun, etc. After this, you can just jot it down, all the messages and the meaningful responses from it, And not just for this podcast, but for the whole videos that you have watched from day one to now.
Okay, yeah. Because sometimes someone see the video only for watching, not only for getting the meaning from this video, right?
Yes. We need to get meaning from this video, because that's what I learned from these big entrepreneurs, right? From Mike Manson, from Zig Ziglar, from Timothy. I do not condone Timothy, actually. I do not really like him, but some of his messages were useful. It's useful. So that's my last advice for university students and for those people who watch this podcast.
Okay.
That's all for me.
Okay. I think that's all for today's podcast. Thank you very much, Bagas, for sharing your experience for today. And
Welcome.
see you next time, guys.
See you next time.